Are you tired of complex business ventures that drain your time and energy? Say goodbye to being overwhelmed and hello to simplicity with my guide on the quickest and easiest way to start print on demand in 2024. Discover how you can turn your creativity into profit without hassle. So make sure you watch every step in this video because you do not want to miss one. Give this video a thumbs up and let's get into the content. My goal with this video is to help you understand what print on demand is. And once you understand it, give you the best way to make money online in 2024 with print on demand. Now, if you're unaware of what print on demand is, basically it's just like a customer comes in and they make a purchase on a product. And when they purchase a product, let's say like you have a design and it's on a t-shirt, you're selling a t-shirt on your website. Once a customer comes in, makes that purchase, that product is printed on demand. So it's printed so that it's not in stock, it's printed on a blank t-shirt and shipped to that customer. So as the orders come in, you print them on demand. So, and then there's services out there where you don't have to take care of none of this, where you just focus on either one, driving your own traffic, or if you're not, you want to put a design on an online shopping platform where a customer can purchase a product and then that online shopping platform takes care of the printing and the shipping to the customer and you just take a profit off the top. You can obviously, there's a different way of doing that too as well. So you don't have to drive your own traffic, you just leverage these online platforms and their customer base and create really cool designs for the products. The cool thing about print on demand, you can literally create a website within seconds, or you can put designs up on websites pretty fast and there's no overhead. This is one of the reasons why I personally enjoy print on demand, and it's a really, really amazing opportunity. I've been doing it full time now since 2017 and selling online for over 10 years now. And one of my favorite online platforms is Amazon Merch on Demand. So I've generated over $300,000 in royalties all time over there. And I have personally created viral designs over there where one design makes over $40,000 all time in sales, which is amazing. So I have my share of different designs that bring in a really good amount of income every single month. So I kind of know what I'm talking about, and I just enjoy sharing with others to help them learn and make money online. Now, when it comes to identifying your niche and audience, this is really important because you're going to be creating designs and products for people and you want to give them what they want. If you put it that way, it's easier. So it's like a person wants a certain design or a certain product, you give it to them, it makes it easier for them to make that purchase because it's something that they want. Now, with that being said, I recommend you go into a niche that you understand personally because you're going to relate to them and know what they want. So those new funny phrases or those new funny sayings, anything like that, you're going to know that it's going to work really good for that niche or audience. So for example, let's say like baseball, right? I can personally relate to baseball. I understand baseball. I've been playing it my whole entire life. With that, I'm going to be hanging out in the Facebook groups, any Reddit threads, or any type of blogs or posts or anything like that, or YouTube channel or anything. I'm just going to be doing research and understanding like what people are saying or what's the new thing that's going on right now. What's that new funny phrase? And you'll be surprised by looking at certain comments or certain posts that go viral on social media that those comments are gold mines for different ideas for products. So like if you're creating a t-shirt design and someone says something funny, that right there is a gold mine because you can possibly make sales with that funny phrase and turning that into a design for a customer. Now, I'm going to show you a few different research methods that you can use that are current for 2024. Now, this right here is the Amazon Hot and New Releases. Now, these are basically like the top new releases on Amazon that are making sales with like t-shirt designs. So, I love my girlfriend. Bruh. Valentine's vibes. And if we keep going down, we're gonna have, we have a Bigfoot throwing up a sign with some hearts around him. Then we have the 100 Days of School. And these are just ideas. I want you to think about it this way. These are ideas that are trending right now and making sales on Amazon. Very current, like let's click on this one, for example. Now, you're saying like maybe this doesn't relate to your niche, but think about it this way. So for Valentine's Day, it's like you're thinking about what's trending at the moment. What are people buying? Now you're leveraging this and getting inspiration and then mixing it with your niche. Your niche is baseball. And now you're mixing Valentine's Day and baseball together. Now imagine mixing baseball, Bigfoot, and Valentine's Day. That right there is really, really passionate. It's like creating an emotion, right? In a way, because it's like you're cross niche in three different niches into one, and then you're creating something that's really cool. So it's, in a way, you're giving yourself inspiration to come up with different ideas. Now, if we're looking at this design right here, we have, here's the Bigfoot, with the hearts. And if you, by looking at the keywords too, Bigfoot Valentine's Day, and they're doing a shirt. So let's say this, for example, right there. Now, if we come over here and look at this BSR, Amazon provides a BSR. This gives you an idea of the sales velocity. This particular product made a sale last month, January 19th, 2024. It's made its first sale, but now it's trending down and going real low. Look at this. This design is cranking, crushing it. 5-6K BSR, you're seeing the sales rank. The lower the sales rank, the higher the velocity in sales. So I want you to think about that. Like this right here, that shows a demand. Now, obviously, Valentine's Day is coming here on the 14th of February. So obviously it may be a little bit too late, but rinse and repeating this same idea and concept into another holiday that's coming up, like St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, or Easter, anything like that that's coming up, trying to get ahead of the competition and creating a really cool design. This right here is just giving you an idea of what's going to sell, and then leveraging that, and then next thing you know, you create a top seller inside of your niche, and now you're making money. So the Amazon hot new releases that's a gold mine for coming up with different ideas, getting inspiration, and seeing what is selling right now. Now, taking that same concept and coming over here to Etsy.com. The reason why I say Amazon.com first is because it's the #1 online shopping platform. Now, Etsy for research is a really good place to do research, because you come over here and you're going to see, like, a Valentine's Day shop. It's like giving you ideas. The front page is going to tell you a story of what's popular right now. So personalized cutting boards, that's really popular. Custom wooden guitar picks, like anything over here is pretty popular. But so Valentine's Day again over here. So let's say, for example, let's come over here and let's type in like St. Patrick's Day shirt. You can see it right there popping up. Now you can just, with any type of product that you're selling, just take in the same concept, the same idea that I'm doing, and just, so if you have a sweatshirt and you don't want to use shirt, you can just switch this out and leverage that same concept, and you kind of just do more of in-depth research for your strategy, so make it work for you. Showing you this is just giving you an idea of how you can personally do it. But if we come over here and we're seeing like different sweatshirts, different let the shenanigans begin, like different funny shirts, like different ideas for St. Patrick's Day. Cheers, look at that. And then you're just coming down, just like, let's see, for example, let's click on one of these. Now you're getting an idea. It's telling you, Etsy shows you a lot of good information. So within the last 24 hours, this product has 20 views already. So obviously customers are liking this product, or the saying on the t-shirt, and clicking on it and get, they want to see what's the t-shirt about. And then the same thing with this one too, 11 views in the last 24 hours. So they're getting the same kind of velocity, but obviously when it gets closer and closer to the holiday, I want you to come back and look at this and see, how they're performing, how they're selling. Is there any add to carts? Even Etsy will show like certain add to carts. So let's say, for example, like we're going back to just like a evergreen niche like baseball. Sorry, can't baseball buy. This product has 8 add to carts. So most likely this product right here, once you see like the 8 add to carts, it's selling, it's making sales. So keep like anything with views, add to carts, and then obviously purchasing. So that's the way I see it when I look at Etsy, just looking at the, the views and then the add to carts, right? Usually if you have 8 add to carts, you're probably making a sale, right? If you have, the more the better. Etsy does show you some really good analytics on the actual landing page. So just come over here doing research on Etsy by looking at the views, add to carts, and then another thing too, just looking at the reviews. This is it's a gold mine right here, because these are actually customers that are purchasing on Etsy, right? They're purchasing the product and then coming back and leaving a review. Sometimes they leave even pictures of the actual product in the review. But for the most part, just looking at this, you're going to see there's two reviews on this one product for this t-shirt. So you can see that that means that there's a demand for this. So taking that into consideration, we got views, we got added carts, and then we have the reviews to show that a customer is actually purchasing this product or design. So that's a big thing to look at when you're doing your research on Etsy. The next research that I like to do personally is Merch Informer. So when I log in over here to Merch Informer, let me go ahead and log in. I am going to come over here to product research. I clicked on that, and I'm going to click on movers and shakers. Now what this is going to do is this can basically just daily research ideas. You can come in here every single day, let's say for the next 2 weeks, or just even for the next 3 or 4 days, and you can come up with so many different ideas. These are actually being pulled from Amazon.com, the #1 online shopping platform. And it's showing, so this is an Amazon Merch on Demand t-shirt, finally 2 years old. Leap year birthday. So leap year is this year, and it's the big thing right now. So if we click on this title right here, it's gonna bring us over here straight to the Amazon listing. So when it brings us straight over here to the Amazon listing, that's the product. It's making sales, and then you can kind of just go over here, back over here. You're gonna see like it's a 318K BSR, and as we talked about in this video, the BSR is very, very powerful. Now, some of these, like you were seeing, looking at the chart right here, you're gonna see like every time it basically, when it goes, it's selling, so it's sold. Then up here it sells and it drops down. That means it's made a sale. Then it goes up again. Then it drops down. It means it made another sale. So looking at this, coming up with different ideas to give you inspiration for different niches is one way to come in here to look at ideas and never run out of them. And if you want to use my coupon code down below, link's going to be in the description of this video. You're going to get a 20% off when you sign up with Merch Informer. Everything that I'm sharing with you is going to be down below in the description. So if you're looking at anything here, it's going to be down below. Now, when you're first starting out, which platform should you choose? Now, I'm gonna go down the list right here and kind of break down each one for you to give you an idea. So Amazon Merch on Demand, I started doing this back in 2017. And when it came to print on demand, this was the first thing that I did. I came over here, I started creating t-shirt designs, putting designs up, started making sales. So at the beginning, I put up the designs up. They sat there for like 6 months. I came back, I noticed that I was making sales on designs. So I was like, you know what? Let me put a little bit more effort into this and start uploading more designs every single day. And then once I started doing that, then I started making, you know, a good amount of money over here. So all time over here, which is Amazon Merch on Demand, it's made over 350K all time, which is powerful because it pays for a lot on my day-to-day business and stuff like that. And it's done a lot for me. So it's a very good, awesome opportunity. Of course, I'm going to recommend it to you. What it is like the same thing over here too as well. You do not have to drive your own traffic, but I always recommend with any of these print on demand platforms, you want to figure out how you can get ahead of your competition. And one way to do that is driving your own traffic. But over here, you can leverage just the customers on Amazon and get your designs up in front of thousands of people. But like I said, in order for you to get the advantage, I recommend you build something outside of this. Next is going to be Redbubble. Redbubble is a really awesome website. It doesn't have as much traffic as Amazon Merch on Demand or Amazon.com, but it does have a good amount of traffic where you can put a design up there and have your design up in front of customers within seconds. Now they do take percentages off. So Amazon Merch on Demand, they do take a percentage. They give you a royalty, so they do take they take a percentage of the product when it sells. So keep that in mind. So if you're leveraging their audience, they're going to take a percentage. Same thing here with Redbubble. They're starting to, you know, increase prices as far as, you know, printing and shipping to customers and charging monthly fees, which is, I feel like it's kind of normal with this platform because you're leveraging their customer, you're creating a design for them, they're printing and shipping it, and they're holding, you don't hold no inventory, you don't do none of that. They're taking care of all of that for you. There's no customer service too as well. Same thing with Amazon Merch on Demand, there's no customer service. Now, same thing with TeePublic, same exact thing. Same concept as Amazon Merch on Demand, Redbubble, and TeePublic, very similar. Free to sign up, you can go sign up. And there's a few more other free platforms where you're creating designs and you get to leverage their customer base and over here. But you know, each platform is gonna have their own kind of theme, their own like different layout and how they do things. So there's some really good ways you can do research on these platforms too. Next one would be Spreadshirt. You kind of see it's like very similar, same thing over here too. You don't have to worry about, you know, driving your own traffic. You can leverage their customer base and put designs on products. Same thing here with Spreadshirt, really cool platform. Next is going to be Etsy. Same thing over here. You're leveraging their platform. They charge you a fee per listing as you upload a design or upload a product to the platform, but you can link like a print-on-demand provider to help you with this over here. So it's not like an Amazon Merch or a Redbubble or a TeePublic or a Spreadshirt. This is more of you have to use a third-party print provider. Now, when it comes to a third-party print provider, there are a few of them out there. There's Gelato, there's Printful, there's Printify. Now, I'm going to recommend you use Gelato. Now, this is the cool thing. This is a print provider. So when your design sells over here on Etsy, right, what Gelato's going to do is you're taking the whole listing over here. You're putting the whole design on Etsy and the mock-up and all that stuff. When that product sells, you're going to basically use Gelato for them to print and ship the product to the customer. So you're not taking care of the inventory. You're doing all the customer service on Etsy, all the other platforms. You're not doing any type of customer service that I'm sharing with you. So like the Amazon Merch on Demand, Redbubble, TeePublic, Spreadshirt, no customer service over there. But with Etsy, there you're gonna have to do more of the customer service. Now, Gelato is gonna, take care of the packaging, the printing, the color, the inventory and stuff, and print it and ship to the customer. And you're just leveraging the customer base over here on Amazon, right? So Etsy is a really awesome opportunity if you're not over here selling over here. This is one way for you to do print on demand and make money. And if you sign up down below with my Gelato link, you'll get an additional 50% off your first order. So if you want to see how, like if you have a design or if you want to, order a test sample of a product with a print on it, you can do that and it'll get you an additional 50% off your first order. So sign up down below, create a design, put it on your own t-shirt, which is really awesome. And you can, you're going to get that product like right in front of you, and you get the, get the idea, get the understanding, right? And there's no better way than to test, to figure out on your own, how, the print and the sample that you get and how, how it works. So order a test sample. You're going to get 50% off your first order, but test it out and see what you think. Next is going to be Shopify. Now the same thing over here with Shopify. This one's going to be a little bit different. You want to think about just, you're creating a whole brand. So you're going to have to drive your own traffic. You're going to have to set up your own website. You're going to do all the, everything you could possibly think of. You're doing all that. And you can link Gelato print on demand into Shopify. It makes it very easy to integrate. Same thing over here with Etsy too. It's very easy to integrate Gelato print on demand to Etsy or Shopify. This right here is just, it's a little bit more challenging. So when you're first starting out, it's just understanding the whole concept, understand the whole process, make it easier on yourself. Do not get overwhelmed. But with Shopify, it's a little bit more hands-on. You're kind of having a little bit more freedom. I know people that personally do Amazon merch on demand, and then like around political time, like when it's time to vote for a new president in the US, they'll literally come over here and create a Shopify store and connect a print on demand provider like Gelato, and they'll create designs around that because they don't want to put certain designs on Amazon because Amazon's very strict. Each platform is going to have their own rules too as well. So keep that in mind. And when it comes to certain rules, they don't want to risk their account. So they feel comfortable creating a Shopify store and then connecting like a print-on-demand provider like Gelato, and then creating designs and marketing those designs on social media to drive traffic to the product. So if you're thinking about that, or if you have a brand already, right? You're creating your own YouTube content, for example, and you have a brand and you're driving your own traffic, you can literally create your own website, link up Gelato, and create a design, and then start wearing your design in your videos. And tell people, hey, if you come over here and purchase this, you can get a t-shirt right here, and I can have it printed and shipped to you. So just give you an idea how you can drive your own traffic to your own products. And we're going to be getting into this video about, driving traffic to your products. And if you have any other print-on-demand websites that you would want to recommend, please leave a comment down below to share a print-on-demand website that I didn't share in this video. If you have an idea and you want to leave a comment to help someone else out, please do so. Now, when it comes to creating the design, I'm going to show you some free ways, and then I'm going to show you some paid tools that you can use. Now, it's all up to you. It's personal preference, right? Photop.com. It's very similar to like a Photoshop, but you could do a lot inside of here, and it's web-based and it's free. You can remove backgrounds, you can create text designs, everything in this part right here, you can create designs with and do different things. So Photop is an awesome one. It's web-based. So if you have I know at the beginning when I started doing creating designs and just doing a lot of research and stuff like that, my computer would not open up Photoshop. It would always crash. So this is a good way to use a web-based design tool to help you create designs. Next is going to be Adobe Photoshop. There's Adobe Photoshop and there's Illustrator. Obviously this one right here, I personally have friends that they love Adobe. Everything Adobe, just diehard fans. When you say something bad about it, they're coming after you. So that's just the way it is. With certain things, everyone's gonna have their own preference, their own opinion, and their way of doing their own and creating their own design. There's nothing wrong with that. Next is going to be Affinity. Affinity is a really cool, the designer tool. I personally own a few Affinity products. A really cool tool as far as, creating designs or anything you're doing with publishing books or anything like that. So really awesome design tool. One thing is there's no subscription. So it's a one-time fee, right? And you buy it, and then once you buy it, then you use it. It's not like Adobe, because that's where their competition is, I believe, is there's no subscription. So every time they do like an update or something like that, you get it for free, and which is really cool. A really cool tool. If you're unaware of them, I would definitely highly recommend you check them out, because there's a ton that you can obviously do, and they're competing with the other products inside of the tool, and it's, I want to say, just as good as any other design software out there, or if not better. Now in the back end of Merch Informer, they have a design tool back here. So let's say this is a design I created recently too. Biggie, that's my boy. If you come over here, and if you're unaware of how I created this design, there's a link right up here, up above. I'll show you how I created this actual design and take you step by step how I did the research. So check out that video up there after you get done watching this one right here. They have a lot of stuff back here that you can do, from different graphics, different designs, different fonts, all that stuff that any other design tool has. But they have like the templates. So if, like, let's say for example you want to create a new project, you come over here to create a new project, you name your project, and then you can see obviously it says the Amazon. So each platform too as well, each platform is going to have its own dimension for a design. So if you don't have that correct dimension for a certain design or a certain product that you're uploading to on the website, let's say for example like Amazon merch, you won't be able to upload the design to that product. So keep that in mind. So everything in here is like ready to go as a template, which is cool. And you can do a lot back here. I know a few people that actually only use this tool, and with Amazon merch, they make over $5,000 a month just by using this, understanding how to use it and putting a system in place as far as the research and the design and stuff like that, and they crush it just with this alone. Now, next is obviously outsourcing. That's one thing that I did at the very beginning with my print-on-demand journey. I learned to hire within, and hire a designer, hire artists, and stuff that I personally couldn't do. I outsourced that, and it saves me a lot of time, obviously, but you also have to make sure that they understand what you want. Now with Upwork.com, you can come over to Upwork.com and create a job post and hire a virtual assistant or a designer or an artist or anything like that, and try to work out a deal where you're paying them every single month, and you're paying them a certain amount every single month, and they're giving you a certain amount of designs per month. I always recommend you hire where they're doing a lot of work for you. So if your goal is to create 200 designs a month or 300 designs a month or 100 designs or 50 designs a month, figure out where you're working a long-term deal with them. One of my workers has been with me for close to 7 years. And well, when I first started Amazon Merch on Demand, they started working with me, and right there alone, we've been working together for 7 years, and he enjoys working with me. So just think about that, how you can create a relationship with somebody, and obviously you win, they win, and it's a win-win situation, and then you just get to work and just start making it happen. So if you're going to go that route, you're just going to obviously take a lot of trial and error testing and obviously communication, because there's certain times, example, where I hire somebody and then I don't hear from them for 2 weeks, and then boom. That's like the worst case scenario. Or maybe they're stealing designs and they're uploading them, trying to sell them themselves into other people. That's the worst case scenario. But they know that that's a quick money, right? You're trying to do that to somebody, and then you expect to work with them for a very long time. It's not, usually doesn't work that way. So understanding this and then putting a system in place for yourself is very important when it comes to creating designs or just in print on demand in general. With inside of ChatGPT, it's called DALL-E 3. Now, this is a really cool AI image creator. Now, AI is very big, right? It's very, very big. If you're unaware of AI, this is a really cool tool, and it's free for commercial use. So if you're going to be using this, you can use these images for resale on products. So for example, like a t-shirt or like a sticker or anything like that, you can use this. So for example, I went over here, create a sticker design with a cabbage playing the guitar. I'm gonna go ahead and hit send. And what it's doing, it's creating an image for me, right? Now check this out. Now you can leverage this to help you create designs. So it's very, very powerful that you know this, because this is gonna help you create, not just 1, 2, or 3 designs, but it's gonna help you create several different designs. Now this is a paid tool. I paid $20 a month for it, but like, look at that. Look how crazy that is. Like, see how cool that is? And even if you don't like it, you can literally just hit regenerate. and it will regenerate a whole different design again. Now, it's all about testing. The way that you talk to the AI, it's basically that's what it's going to spit out for you. Now, there's several different ways that you can come up with different types of prompts. What I'm typing into right here, into what I typed in right there, that is basically create a sticker design with a cabbage playing the guitar. That is a prompt. So there's several different ways that you can create different prompts. You can get into a little bit more detailed with the prompt, right, based on how far you want to go. But these certain designs, leveraging these designs, and then, you know, obviously taking out the background and putting some text into it, that's one way that you can create a design for a product. Now, managing orders and like customer service and a workflow in place for yourself, because it goes hand in hand. It all depends what your strategy and what your goal is. So I know people that don't even like to have their own website or don't even want to sell on Etsy because they don't want to take care of the customer service. They're scared to do that. And maybe you're the type of person that knows how to talk to people and you enjoy that type of stuff. So you can use that to your advantage to build a really cool, awesome brand on these platforms. Like say for example, on Etsy, or if you want to create your own website, leverage that to your advantage if you're good at customer service to make even more money. Because at the end of the day, if you're good at customer service, you know how to talk to people, and that's your bread and butter. That's what it is. One thing is it's like shipping times. I know that when it comes to very, very busy like holidays, anything like that, like Christmas, Q4, or just a busy holiday that's coming up. Like say if a customer needs a product or a t-shirt before Easter and you're like a week out and then your print provider can't get it to them in time. You want to make sure that you're communicating with them to let them know that it may not get there on time, because you do not want an angry customer. You do not want that. If you get an angry customer, most likely they're going to leave you a bad review or dispute their credit card, and then you're going to get that dispute on your account. Now, with obviously certain platforms, you're not going to be taking care of the customer service, so that's not your problem. But if you are going that route, that's what it is. So making sure that your customers know about shipping times and giving them a deadline and making sure you're communicating with them is very, very important if you can do that. Now, if a customer is trying to return a product, right? Now, this all depends if you're, you have your own Etsy or your own website, or if you're over here on Amazon Merch or doing any of those other platforms, you're not worrying about returns. Now, over here on the other end, sometimes it makes sense for them just to keep the product. Say, hey, go ahead and keep it. There's no need for you to return it. I don't want to waste your time and waste my time. Just eat the cost. It just makes sense sometimes because your goal is to focus on the next customer. Them returning the product and them wasting all the time and you getting the product, right? You're going to have to accept the product, eat the loss. And what are you going to do? Just keep it around the house because you can't return it to the print provider. It's easier for you just to say, just go ahead and keep it and don't worry about it. So, and then most of the time they just get happy too. Like, cool, I got a free product, right? Obviously you don't want people abusing that, right? That makes a lot of sense. You don't want people abusing that. Understanding that is very, very powerful and help you keep moving forward with the next customer. Now, workflow, it's important that you have a very, very good workflow. So if one day you're doing research, next day you're doing designing, and next day you're doing your listing optimization for your products. All that play a very, very important role when it comes to this and making sure that your orders are getting out on time. So a workflow, this can take you from $100 a month to $1,000 a month if you perfect this and get this down and work at it really, really hard. Print on demand is really easy if you take the right approach that fits you. So keep that in mind when it comes to any of this. Everything's easy. We have everything at our fingertips. It's all about putting the right system in place for yourself. Marketing and promotion for your products. Now, when it comes to this, social media marketing, that's like one of the, like my bread and butter. When it comes to any of this, it's like you can do TikTok, you can do Instagram, you can do Facebook, you can do YouTube, you can do Pinterest, you can do Google ads or anything like that. There's so many different ways that you can do marketing. Now, the first thing that I'm gonna recommend you is to go on a platform that you enjoy. So if you enjoy running Google ads, go run Google ads. If you enjoy being on Pinterest, go learn about Pinterest and run ads to it. Start making sales by driving traffic to your products. If you enjoy TikTok, go do TikTok. We know that TikTok has exploded over the years, and there's a big, very fast ramp up as far as people using that platform. But then you got, competitors like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube that are, they have their own form of that video. So what I can recommend to you right there is when these new social media platforms come out with that same format of content that you can create on there, use it to your advantage and use it fast. So that TikTok format video on YouTube is called a Shorts. Facebook and Instagram is called Reels. using that to your advantage and understand that these platforms are competing with each other. Leverage them against each other so you can win. Put yourself in the middle and like, cool, if I put this video here, put this video here, put this video here, it's gonna give me more reach as I'm putting these videos on different platforms. Or if you see that you just only wanna work on Instagram and you just wanna do Reels, just do Reels on Instagram because it makes sense for you. Leverage that platform and be dominant at it. Be the best niche on that platform. So that's all. That's what I can recommend you. So you can, leverage that traffic, make sales, make money, and then build a brand. Nothing is powerful than building a brand. You build a brand, you can do so much with it. You don't need to leverage any of these platforms. You just create your own website and drive your own traffic to your own products and create designs as you please, right? So that's the power of it. You don't have to worry about getting shut down because you made one mistake on a design and it's trademark or copyright. And that's what it is, right? And that's something that as you learn more and more about this business is, you're going to learn that trademark and copyright is a very, very, one of the most important things to learn when you start doing print on demand business, right? Leveraging social media platforms and or thinking about different ways that you can do marketing. There's so many different ways out there that you can do it and grow a branded page, a fan page. It just literally just getting to work on it, creating content that your audience resonates with. And that's why I recommend is you go into a niche that you understand, because this part makes it so much easier for you to like, this meme or this applies to my content, and I can create something that'd be really cool for my audience and ask them certain questions about certain things based off of, this type of question. I know that it's going to work really well for my audience to ask them to help me create more engagement. Now, if you want to see how I created this really awesome design and I take you through the whole process of the research and everything that I did, check out this video right here. It's a step-by-step guide to help you create your first design and come up with the inspiration and everything. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and thank you very much for watching.